7 o'clock, we're starting.
Okay, if we can get going, we'll get everybody seated.
Steve, he's the one with the voice recording. Yep. Yeah. He's the one that's running the show. They're running the elections. That's bad.
Not good.
Nope.
Okay, candidates, please come and sit in the front. If there are any candidates, come and sit in the front. Anybody else? Okay.
Okay, everybody. I'm going to turn them. I don't need the microphone, but if any of the candidates need a microphone, we do have one here. Just so let me, because if you're not used to this microphone, you almost have to put a thumb. You can't put it up to you, but you have to speak right into it, and it is rather blaring. So I just want to make sure that if you move it too far away, it bleeds out. For those of you that don't know, this is my swan song last meeting, albeit your annual meeting. My name is Steve Inglis with Bristol Management. I've been doing this for about 35 years. I was asked to sort of, monitor or be the moderator for this. We're going to attempt to handle this in a very civil manner. Protocols. Questions will be taken in the order that they come in. Only one question at a time. Each candidate will be able to talk for at least 3 minutes. If you talk excessively long, like 5 minutes, you get the merits. Okay, and then in about 4 minutes, I'll start warning you that, you're going over. Then when we get to questions, we're going to allow each candidate to receive 2 questions. There was a sign-in sheet, but if we don't have enough people to ask questions, I will accept questions from the floor, but only 2 questions for each candidate, and not one person gets to ask every single question for every candidate. So I'll try to mix it up as much as possible. One of the things that I would like to really reiterate is that, after we go through the protocol, and we're done asking all the questions, if the candidates want to stay afterward and ask questions one-on-one, I would actually encourage that. But we're not going to get into cross dialogue, and I don't want a he said, she said, or anything like that. No negative or abusive language. We want to be very civil. Anyone who is disruptive, we will ask them to leave. If it gets completely out of control, we'll just adjourn the meeting. So, just so everybody knows the ground rules before we get going. Is there any questions on the protocol? Good. Okay. The first, and this is by alpha, and it will actually be sort of how the ballots are set up. Jose Carrera?
He's not here.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to, if you guys have seen me run meetings before, I destroy names with great tendency. Hiram Cohen Sabin.
Not here.
Jacques Devin. Did I pronounce it?
Yeah.
Did you want the microphone or?
No, I don't. Do you expect? I decided to run for the board because of several reasons. We live into a nice neighborhood community, and that has improved over the years, but there is still needs for improvement. And some of the goals are to improve the management system to a friendlier one. What I mean by this is have more social events, a survey that homeowner can provide their opinion. Have an open video to our homeowner instead of being only reserved to the board and the management, and have online meeting. I would like also that we give more voice to the member at the meeting, and then provide also better information on revenue and expense, and make a better use of the reserve that we have on hand right now. Review the cost of our security system, improve landscaping, reduce the rental number of property to increase our community value, and I have a lot more, but I guess that should be sufficient. I'm retired, and I have I've been a builder, developer of real estate for 30 years. So I own my own company, and I used to take my own decision. I've worked in different states and different countries with different rules and regulations. My wife, Lizelle, and I live here for 3 years, and I have assist to most of the board meeting. So we need an honest and transparent team that will do collective work for all of us. We look forward for your support on December 10th. Thank you.
I'm going to go as to the questions in the order that they came in. Anita Warner has the first question. Anita?
I didn't know this was going to be the format that you ask the questions after they speak. I thought everybody was going to speak first.
Normally I get the 2 questions, and then at the end we open it up to questions. But okay, is that what everybody wants? We'll go through the speakers first.
Because I might have a question for somebody else.
Okay. Robert Height.
I've been a member of this community since 2006, and we've come a long way, but we need to go further. I just joined the board the last 2 months, and my main concern is that here for most of the people is landscaping. Landscaping, landscaping, landscaping. And talking to a lot of people, we need to fix up the front gate. We have areas out there that have nothing but tall sprinkler heads, no vegetation, no plants at all. And a concern that's come to us in the last couple of meetings is we have common areas that go from the back of people's lots to fences, and they're because of trees, shrubs, and what else, grass is not growing. It's not just 1 or 2. It's a lot of houses, and I've seen pictures of 3 or 4. My experience is that I had been a board president. I ran a board. I was one of the original off the ground when a new homeowners association opened up. So I am familiar with all the problems associated with the HOA. My experience, I am retired from the United States Air Force. I retired after 26 years as a lieutenant colonel. After that, I taught macro and microeconomics at the community colleges here in Florida, which are now state colleges. Other experience, as I mentioned, my board and my military, so I've had positions of leadership, management, and I think I can do good service. As you know, I've only been on the board for 2 months, and I look forward to serving if elected to work mainly primary. I want to see if we can clean up some of the real estate. The other is budget. We've got to take a look at the budget. Maybe we might have to do some reallocation to put more money in landscaping and take some money out somewhere else. As anything, as you know, you only have so much money, so if you're going to increase one area, you've got to take money out of another area, and we'll look closely at that. Again, I solicit your support to be a member of the board.
Eric Johnson, and I apologize if I mispronounced. Eric is not here. Brian Lowerback.
Hello everyone, I'm Brian Lauderback, trying to run for the board. My wife and I have lived here since 2010, And we both love it here. We really like Palm Beach Plantation a lot. We're sort of tired of it looking like a bland, no-name neighborhood, though. Sort of like a rental neighborhood, pretty much. I think the landscaping can really, if you look at like Olympia or any other neighborhood, they look a lot better than ours. That's what I'm saying. So I bet we can probably at least compare to them. The main thing I don't like about the current HOA board is the lack of transparency as far as any topics that come up. We just started voting on stuff as far as landscaping goes, the landscape contractors, security. So basically what I would like to do is open up the transparency, have everybody, have the HOA, have the homeowners vote for whatever goes on in the HOA before it gets passed by the board. Looking at making the landscaping better. I would like to open up a forum or a message board on our HOA website and allow all the members of the community to talk, add their ideas, what we should do in the community. Also, as you can see, we have a person videotaping. I would like for us to videotape all the meetings and have those linked onto our website. And also we have a tailgating issue that I can't stand. So maybe a double gate, double arm gate. I saw that Olympia has that, and also Versailles has that, and it works pretty good. So that's just a few of my concerns, I guess. And I look forward to working with all of you. Thanks.
Okay. Matt Malone.
For those that don't know me, I've actually been on the board for 4 years. I was appointed back in 2010, just after moving in. At that time, there was only 10 people showing up to meetings, and nobody wanted to do the board, so I volunteered my time. The reason why I wanted to, the reason why I was going to the board meetings was because at the time I moved in, we had really bad security here, and that was my forte at the time, so I went into that. That's where we got those back gates, the sliding gates to try to keep pedestrians and other people from just tailgating as much as we could. We added fobs to the clubhouse, so that way everybody's ID when they get in out of the clubhouse, to avoid people that were using the clubhouse that weren't supposed to be. And the neighborhood's come a long way. I mean, it's really cleaned up a lot. We had problems when I first moved here. We really haven't had any major incidents. Mostly everything's been minor since. I agree with some of the ideas about putting bids and stuff, but I know there's problems with that. So that has to be a discussion that we sit down, and because there's two sides to that coin, and so we have to talk about how to do that and make sure that it doesn't create abuse. And I agree with the videos. Actually, the videos are on YouTube for the meetings now, as we all know. I actually think need to actually link them so you could watch them. And there's things that we can improve on the website. Again, it's all a work in motion. And for those that are upset about the landscaping, the current board actually already voted to bring a new landscape company in. So we have a brand new landscape company for the year. Hopefully they do a good job. It'll be our 6th landscape company. And so we're hoping that we find somebody that actually does the job and does the job well. And that's what I want to do. I just want to continue on what we're doing. I think the neighborhood's come a long way. I don't want to see it go backwards or go, in a direction that people are used to. The fact that we haven't had a forum, the fact that we have surveys online asking people, do you want more security at the back gate? Do you want a person back there? Most people say no, and there's only 70, 80 people that actually respond to those surveys. So out of 600 homes, when you have 70, 80 people respond, it shows that most people are happy. And that means out of 60, because people are really concerned, they would show up. The people that are concerned do show up. The people that obviously are either content or happy, they don't participate. So I would like to see more participation, but we'll see if that ever happens. But the fact that we have come a long way, we are moving forward, there's lots of things that are in the works. You know, we've gotten new, since I've been on the board, we've got new playgrounds, we're working on the tennis courts. We've actually, like I said, we put the back gates in, we added different security, we added a rover, you know, we've done a lot of things. And I just want to continue on and just keep serving and make sure that we keep moving in the right direction and we don't go off on a, you know, a big left turn anywhere. Thank you.
Wanda Navarro? Yes.
Thank you. Hello, good evening. My name is Wanda Navarro. I'm presently on the board as your treasurer, holding different positions for the past 5 years. And before that, I was real active for a builder turnover in 2008. I feel my 5 years as a board member is one of my most valuable qualifications. This experience allows me a unique perspective, constant resident interaction, both in the office and at events, has given me valuable experience and insight with which to represent our community. It is through this interaction that I feel I have a very good understanding of what our community is about and what the majority of the residents want. This is a crucial point for me. I feel it is of the utmost importance for the board members to represent a majority of the residents. In addition, I've worked with many different board members and vendors. I'm familiar with the issues that Palm Beach Plantation faces and the history associated with many of these issues. The HOA board is responsible for the affairs of the association, and they ensure that the covenants and the bylaws are enforced. Ultimately, the board must work to maintain property values. I feel we can best accomplish this by maintaining the grounds and amenities, updating our community as needed. Within the past few years, our community has evolved aesthetically, technically, and financially. Our finances are solvent. And by our reserve study, our reserve numbers are on point and are not excessive. Look around. The community has new playground equipment. The mailboxes were refurbished this year. The fob system was implemented. The gym was updated. The pool was resurfaced. The trees in the palms got a good cut and trim this year. And the list of projects go on and on. I personally spent many hours evaluating bids, meeting with vendors, and making important decisions for the community. Nothing sneaky here, only hard work. I initiated and supported the proposal to reduce the HOA fees. We gave back to the community by reducing your HOA fees within the last 4 years. No lies here, just plain facts. The HOA website has made many strides this year. Many new features have been added to the website, such as the financial income statements, the agenda of the board meeting, the utilization of surveys. The homeowner feedback was enhanced. I believe and I promote homeowners should utilize the HOA tools of communication, our website. Associations work really hard to put together this website that is interactive and homeowner friendly. Use it and let's try to make it better. I speak the truth. I'm hardworking, and I will continue to be honest, ethical, and fair to everyone. In the end, I'm running because I think I can make a difference. Thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you.
Michael Ninecheck? Michael Riccio?
Excuse me, you might be late.
Okay. K.S. Ram?
Charmin.
Sherman.
Thank you. Good sound. Can you hear me?
Thank you.
Hi.
Turn it down a little.
Hello? Yeah. Is that good? Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
I want to thank everybody for coming.
You gotta speak into